this is not a serious country anymore under this, excuse my language, clown. It is a clown show. And what you're seeing is a lack of seriousness because there's no basis to these proclamations. First of all, to be clear to your listeners, this is not a court finding. This is not the judicial branch that's issuing, decrees. This isn't law. It's not coming from legislative bodies like, the House or the Senate in Florida or in Texas. This is the unilateral singular action of governors who are motivated and pushed to do so by foreign actors to punish American organizations like CAIR because they dare criticize the human rights abuses of these foreign governments. I mean, it's insane. And so, if anything, it's corruption. It's bare naked corruption by these sellout, anti-American, non-patriotic, so-called governors, and they're doing it just to please their handlers. And so we're suing them in court, absolutely, and we're going to win in court. And we've sued them before, and we've won before, at least 3 times. Because this is not the first time they've attacked American civil liberties and constitutional rights. Absolutely. It is propaganda, and it is designed to cause a chilling effect, to instigate fear amongst our donors and amongst our partners, because once people start throwing around words like terrorism associated with the organization, which is complete bullcrap, then some people who are queasy might recoil from support or at least keep their distance, and that's all they want. They know they're not going to win in court because there's nothing there for them to win on. And quite frankly, the fact of the matter is we have to not just defend ourselves, but expose why they're doing what they're doing. And both Gregg Abbott of Texas and Ron Desantis of Florida are Israeli-first politicians who want to smear and silence Americans, especially American Muslims, critical of the U.S. support for Israel's war crimes. And that's just a fact. And Ron DeSantis, since he's taken office as Florida governor, has prioritized serving the Israeli government over serving the people of Florida. He hosted his first official cabinet meeting in Israel, which is crazy. He diverted millions in Florida tax dollars to Israeli government bonds. He threatened to shut down every Florida college's Student for Justice in Palestine chapter, which is a freedom of expression issue, only to back off when CAIR sued him in federal court. So the history is very clear, and Americans are not stupid. I mean, this is about white supremacy, quite frankly. And just to clarify, we're not put on a terrorist watch list. This is just CAIR Texas and CAIR Florida, so it doesn't affect CAIR-Chicago or the other CAIRs. And even there, it's just the governor's proclamation. So it's not a law and it's not a court finding. It's a singular act of an individual, and it means nothing legally. What the proclamation says in Texas is that they can't buy land. That's all it says, really. That's how it affects the organization there. And in Florida, it says they can't do business with the Florida government. But that's going to be taken care of in court, and we're going to win. We have no doubt about that. And we're actually suing. And so that's in progress. But the daily function of the organization continues. The organization itself can still do what it does, which is protect civil rights. Its donors are protected. They can donate. So nothing really. It's just propaganda. And it is targeting Muslims because Muslims stood up against the genocide. It's not targeting, the genocide, which is terrorism. I mean, the murder of 60,000 innocent people, by definition, for political purposes, civilians, is terrorism. And they are shilling for that. And so there's hypocrisy involved as well. But the larger picture under Trump is this last gasp of white supremacists to try to bring back America, 200, 300 years, where whites have certain rights that others don't, and Christians, white Christians specifically, have certain rights that others don't. And so that's why they're targeting Muslims. That's why they're targeting Latinos. That's why they're targeting blacks. That's why they're targeting immigrants. And just even things like what was reported on your station, a few minutes ago, which is changing the free days at national parks from Martin Luther King's birthday to Trump's birthday. I mean, that's insane. That's such a slap to the face of all Americans and our history. And it is this megalomaniac exercise in trying to prop up this clown as the one that needs to be worshipped and obeyed. It's disgusting, and it's very un-American. It's anti-American, and it affects all Americans, and many white Americans are upset by this as well.